Alright, this is a video of some of the wiring and wireless tests I've done at TTR Georgetown. This is the conference room on the second floor, and here's the LAN closet. This is going to be important to the wireless upgrade that's happening soon here. Okay. So all these patches are to the first, second, and third floors, with a couple of exceptions, which I'm going to show you as we go around. This is the main patch to the fourth floor, and I want you to notice this cable. You know, it comes out of the wall, mysteriously goes to the fourth floor somehow, and the person who ran this cable stole 2 of the lines out of this 8-strand cable to do something with the phone system. So instead of running a separate cable for phone and one for data, this is the result. And so what's happened is this link here, see how that light is yellow, amber instead of green? That means it's only sticking at 100 megabit. Now that's because it's attached to a 100 megabit switch upstairs. But I tried to attach this cable, I tried to patch in a gigabit switch down upstairs on the 4th floor, and it will not synchronize. It won't even connect. It won't even sync at 100 meg. So you have to have a genuine 100 megabit switch. And I even tried to plug it into this Cisco here and force it to 100, and or force it to gig or whatever. And it won't work. So it does work at 100. So we're going to plug this in here, and you will see that port came on. But these lights, the color of these lights have no meaning. It's 100 megabit. So it works at 100 with a 100 megabit switch upstairs only. So eventually I want you guys to make this the main switch. As you can see, there's 12 ports here that are available, and there's 6 here. So really a 48 port switch and a 24 port switch are enough capacity. But this switch is doing the DHCP and is going to be faster than either of these two. So eventually we should just take all these patches from this bottom Netgear and move them all down to this one, and then we'll have to attach this top Netgear to this Cisco. So then we'll no longer need this Twin-X cable. This bottom Netgear managed switch can be just turned off and pulled out. So that could be the first thing you do, is just take all these patches out, pull that switch out of there, move this up an RU or 2 if you want, and then just take all these patches that you pulled out of this bottom switch and just put them on the Cisco here. And because what I eventually want is the firewall, the access point, and all the WAPs, wherever they are, on this main switch. And probably eventually the uplink to the 4th floor. But the uplink to the 4th floor is a whole different setup. So there's the white cable going to the 4th floor. I want you to remember that. Okay, now we're going to go upstairs. Oh, no, here's something else. Alright, so this is the second floor, main room here. All the patches on this side of the room, where that jump station is and these 2 apples, I tried to hook up the WAP to it, the test WAP, and it will not link. There's something wrong with these patches. These patches they link to certain things. This links to that PC, links to that Mac, and I put a gigabit. It's the same thing as the deal on the 4th floor. I put a gigabit switch and it will not link. I put a 100 megabit switch and it links. So these patches really have problems. Now that's on this side of the room, because I had an idea. I was like, let's just put a WAP right here above this jump station. There's a patch, there's power, beautiful, it's nice and open, won't link. So that's not a good place to put a WAP. I think we're going to just put a WAP right where the old one is, just mounted on the wall. So there's the existing WAP. These connections down here, as ghetto as they are, can get the full gigabit. So these are good connections, and as you can see, sort of, there's four lines there, and they're using like one of them. So, you know, somehow there's a hole there, and you know, see if you can snake it through here and just mount it up on the wall there. I'm thinking put a 2702 there because I have one, and that'll get everyone in this room here really well. You know, Jeff Wilson sits here, and then there's a group that sits in that little office where those two windows are, and they'll have good reception. So anyway, so that's the second floor. So let's go to the third floor. So Tyler and I were talking with the group that sits in this office here, and we were thinking of putting a WAP. So here's a test WAP I was using here, and something I discovered is that connection there and the one under the table there, which is right there, they go to the switch downstairs. They're gigabit. This one on the wall here goes to the upstairs switch. So the upstairs, not all these were patched to the same place, which is just really bizarre. So that cable that ties the second floor to the fourth floor, I'm going to show you that cable. That's it. Dangling, going down, and I don't know if I can see there's some corrosion there. That's it. And we don't even get all the leads. So there could be a follow-on cabling project here, but I'm kind of hoping there's the fourth floor, which we're going to go to in a minute. And here we are on the third floor. I was looking for some kind of holes or something, that existing holes we could use, but you know, something near the window maybe, it's wood. Anyway, that is thought I locked myself out. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. So if we put a WAP in here, make sure it's attached to one of those two, because they go downstairs, and those are the good connections. This connection, which goes to either that Mac or the Xerox printer out there, that connection's, it's poop. So now to the fourth floor. So that cable connects the second and fourth floor. There's the jack, and you can't really see that well, but there's a white cable that goes into the wall. hopefully we hear the fire engines because we're on the fire escape. There is that cable. The one that ties the second and the fourth floor together. There it is, dangling down, going somewhere, I don't know where. So it would be nice just to get a cable. This isn't going to be part of the wireless project, but someday I'll tell them about this, or maybe we'll tell them about it now. Just go from there down to the floor below, and you know, because the floor below has some good connections. So anyway, so I was hoping to put a gigabit switch here, but that's not going to happen. Not with this cabling. It's just the cabling is too crappy. So yeah, I was thinking, you know, we'll go out of this window or something, but you know, I don't want a cable scrunched in a window. We should, you know, maybe find some wood there on the sill and drill through where it would be easy to drill through on wood instead of drilling through on brick. But anyway, so yeah, I was doing wireless testing, and you know, we could mount a WAP up there and attach it to that, but the WAPs don't really do that well. I thought, well, maybe I'll just get 100, and I don't. I get like 35, and I don't know if it's. But I plug into that switch, plugged into it, I do get like 90. So, so the whole thing is just, you know, bad. But there's not that many people up here, really. Let me turn on the light. You can kind of see. I mean, I think that's John Taylor's office. You know, there's 1, 2 people over there. There's a couple seats there. There's 1 seat in the front there. And there's a little office over here. Doesn't look like it's used a whole lot. Looks like storage more than anything. But you know, there's not a ton of people up here. But you know, one of the owners of the company is one of them. So I don't know. It'd be nice to fix that someday. But anyway, so that is that's the cabling nightmare, and where to put and where not to put some things. So we were thinking 1 WAP there, maybe, if we're, you know, tie it to that switch, which they're not going to get that great, but it'll be something. Or just put really good WAPs downstairs that are gigabit and have them project upstairs. And just maybe call it a day with that. But, and then this is Michael Rankin's office. We're on the 3rd floor here. And then this is Jim Bell's office. And then another office. There's an office down there, it's locked, I can't get in. And then here's the 3rd floor office where we could potentially someday, you know, maybe drill a hole here to sneak a cable upstairs so that we can connect the upstairs with that jack right there, which goes downstairs and is gigabit because the jack on this wall is poop. So there it is. Hope this is somewhat helpful. Thank you.